welcome to the motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. This is episode 62. It feels like it's been a couple weeks, because it has. We took a couple weeks off.
Dude, I feel like a lot of people stopped talking to us and stopped watching.
Damn.
Because we got off the air. Dude.
Oh man,
but
it's all good. We back, baby. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. We had to take some time off to knock out some internal business, but we're so happy to be back. My name is Alwa Gordon, by the way. I rep that 88 over everything. That is every single thing. Summer is here, and I'm playing a bunch of shows. Make sure you check it out. Just follow me on Instagram, and you'll know where to go. I'm also here with.
It is your boy Costco K Sheezy, the Don Weezy, and if you've ever been to Costco, especially on a Wednesday, especially in the summer, you will see those fucking muffins. They got the blueberries, they got the chocolates, they got the poppy seed.
Muffins? They got muffins at Costco.
Don't act like you don't know.
They have them?
Don't act like you haven't been there.
Okay, man, you know what?
Just let him get his
So they
intro
don't
off.
have that dinky like just 2-3 muffins. They have like that 12-24 pack.
Just get your intro off.
Bro.
Get it done, dude.
It's me, Krishan.
Hey, Krishan on the motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. I'm also here with.
That fool dude.
Hey, the Muffin Man, aka the ladies' man,
Married
who's
man,
now a
dog.
married man.
Yeah.
Are you a married man?
I
or
don't
a
like
muffin
muffins, I
man?
like bitches.
Well, okay. It's the motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. We thank you guys so much for checking us out. Krishan, when does this podcast even start?
Cuando?
Looks like their podcast starts right about now.
Hey,
Hey man, I kind of want to get into like a trending topic, but I don't know
Ooh, a little
how
trendy.
trending it is, but it is kind of trending.
let's get trendy.
I did watch TMZ the other day,
Okay.
and ASAP Rocky was in Sweden with his crew, right? Got his whole crew, and in the first video that was released, it just showed the crew just throwing some dude right across, like literally throwing a dude across the street,
Okay.
right? And they were just beating up this dude, right? So everyone's like, oh man, fuck, dude, ASAP Rocky and his fucking crew beat the fuck out of this dude. And then recently, I think yesterday or the day before, they released another video that shows that. What are you doing?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. What was the story? No, but I'm intrigued.
He's intrigued, dude.
You intrigued.
Anyway,
He's intrigued.
the other day
He is
they
intrigued.
showed another video. Hold on, they showed another video of the dude that they were beating up, instigating the fight with the bodyguard, with ASAP Rocky's bodyguard. He threw the first punch, but ASAP Rocky is still facing 6 years, possibly 6 years.
I'm glad you clarified, dude. I was like, whew.
But I just wanted to ask, do you think it's fair? I mean, this is celebrity culture. Like, I think what they see is a story. We don't know what it's like to be lawyers in fucking Sweden, so I don't know what's going on.
As a matter of fact, no, I'm just playing. Yeah, I don't know how it's like to be a lawyer.
So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Thoughts.
I think maybe that it went down like that, like because they want to let it be known, like he's not gonna get off just because he's like they just want to be like, yeah, he's got it just as well as anybody else, So they're stating that, they're like, I don't feel like it's gonna come to that.
He's not going to face no 6 years.
But I feel like they're saying this and making it like a thing, so they're, so people aren't like, oh, he's getting let off easy or something like that.
I feel
like that.
What do you guys say, bro?
I think they're trying to prove a point. I think they're trying to like nail him to the wall for being ASAP Rocky. But at the same time, like I wasn't there, so I can't really comment.
You weren't there?
I wasn't. My bad.
I thought we saw you.
I wasn't filming. But I would say if you're traveling with like a bodyguard, that's like normally the job of the bodyguard to take care of stuff like that.
No, but he was involved.
So now it's gonna look bad for that security.
But yeah, ASAP shouldn't have stepped in.
Exactly right. I mean, like
even then, the bodyguard should have prevented that. Even if he wanted to step in, I feel like a good bodyguard.
Maybe, but you're also employing your bodyguard, so like they may not just stop you and like get fired.
So all right, I'm gonna ask you a question. As far as the bodyguards go, because back in the day with Snoop Dogg, right? Mm-hmm. Snoop Dogg had a murder trial, right?
That they gave him.
Murder to the
Yeah.
Come on, man, that was close.
Don't do that.
Anyways, okay, my bad. Go. Keep it moving.
62.
Keep it moving.
So Snoop Dogg's bodyguard back in the day shot somebody in defense. Defending Snoop Dogg, right? Mm-hmm. Or there was some shit that happened, but the bodyguard was the one that shot the dude. Then Snoop Dogg was on trial for murder. Do you think if a bodyguard is caught protecting you, he's the one that fucking gets violent with somebody, do you think it should fall on the person that employs the bodyguard?
It depends. I think it's on the level of like how professional the bodyguard is.
And the self-defense level, I feel like also. Like,
Yeah.
if it was like
The same shit. You know.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
No, well, that's what I meant. Like, if it was like an excusable reason why he got into it, then yeah. I mean, if it was just like he out of nowhere, like say he just called him a name or a nickname or something, and then the bodyguard proceeded to
Brett.
completely. I feel like that's when it's out of line. That's when it's like
Just packed him in.
But no,
What you call him, Brett? Boom!
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Nobody call me Brett.
hey, you just call me Brett. Get him.
Tony, take him out.
Not with the gun, man. He just called me Brett.
Did they call you Brett? You know you don't like that.
I do want to say that, dude. I really do think it is about like how professional they are, because a lot of people have like their bodyguards, which is just like their homie that they gave like a gun, you know. But like honestly, and then you do have like the corporate level like security bodyguards, where like I think it depends on like who you're really employing, right?
But if you look at this situation with ASAP, right?
Right.
If you look at the second video, you see the fucking bodyguard. He's kind of calm, dude. And this dude's fucking reckless. The dude that was getting beat down in the first place in the first video. This is the same dude that he's the one looking like he's instigating the shit. He was throwing punches like just weird punches. But he was definitely instigating it, right? Mm-hmm. And the bodyguard seemed to like, you know, he had his composure. But that's what I'm saying. So even in this situation, with the second video out, ASAP is still, there's no word on ASAP, on them letting this shit go. They're still trying to make an example. And I think with celebrity culture, it's like, dude, I feel like when it's in the press, I think they need to make an example out of you. Because they can't look like the people that are like, oh, we're letting this shit go because he's a celebrity. Mm-hmm. So they go harder on the fucking celebrity because of that.
And then it just seems even more because they have the publicity to just like
exactly, because they have to answer to the fucking public, and that's a big thing. They have to satisfy that fucking.
You know what's crazy though? In today's market, it's just gonna help him. Like this is all like marketing. Now, I'm not saying that him getting locked up is like it's a marketing ploy, but this is really good marketing for him. We're talking about him right now. Like people are gonna go fuck with him. People are saying free ASAP. Like it's becoming a thing, right?
Next time he says like I'm gangsta, people are gonna be like, yeah, he's gangsta. Like,
well, maybe not for the Sweden
no,
thing.
but I'm just saying. Like,
so hold on. So let me bring up this question. Then,
bring it.
So we're talking about publicity in the social media age, right? Mm-hmm. Dude, everything seems to be good publicity for everyone. We had a podcast where we're talking about fucking racism, right? With H&M, right?
Right.
And doing what they did with the fucking
outrage
with the monkey on the shit, like, you know, it just all the shock value using fucking racism, but it ended up being good publicity for fucking H&M. So yeah, they can issue a statement saying, I apologize, I'm sorry, this is not what we meant. But you still have all those new fucking subscribers to fucking H&M.
Especially those like that were down with that type of shit.
Is there anything that is fucking bad publicity that will make fucking someone hate your brand?
I think it's all about how long can you weather the storm. Because companies like H&M, they can take a quarter of losses to ultimately in the long run have bigger brand awareness, right? They can take someone hating them for fucking 3 to 6 months, knowing that they still have 10 years of money to make. Whereas a smaller person that's just starting out maybe can't rely on that. If we cancel them, we might actually cancel them.
Makes perfect sense. It really does. That was like, hell yeah.
It's episode 62, baby. Nothing but knowledge and facts, dude. And that's how you sum up.
I showed up for the knowledge, but didn't know I was coming with the facts.
Oh man, it's a motherfucking Lab Boys.
I'm sorry.
Nah, man.
Yeah, it's a motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. I kind of wanted to get into this question, and we talked to it.
Sorry, dude. No, I didn't mean that.
We talked to it a little bit about it off camera. I'm gonna try to ask it if you guys can help me out with what I'm trying to say. I think you'll understand what I'm trying to say.
Dude.
So the question is,
shut up, E-man.
And it's a Love Boys topic. What's more important, loving someone or them knowing you love them? And if you guys don't understand that, I can break it down.
Loving someone.
Don't
fucking copy me, dog. Get your own fucking answer.
Shut up.
I guess my question is, what if they don't know that you love them? Like you could have all kinds of feelings for that person, maybe not express those feelings. So is it more important that you have that genuine love or that they know you love them?
Oh, like that. You just flipped it.
It's a motherfucking love boys.
Wait, what?
You just completely
Hold on.
flipped it.
What's up?
Go again.
So what's more important?
Stupid, but go ahead.
It's all good. What's more important, loving someone or them knowing?
I know what you fucking
That you
said.
love 'em.
Yeah,
initially,
you just
but-
said the same shit, but the second time you said it was different.
Say it again.
How's it any different?
Say, come on, man, hurry up.
So you can love someone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you may not express those feelings, or they may not know how much you love them. So what's more important?
I think
Them knowing how much you love them, or the actual love you have
Dude.
for them?
the most important thing when you're in a fucking relationship, especially in a long-term serious relationship, is the fact that you love them, because that's what it's going to hold you over. That's what's going to make the relationship valuable to you. Like it's always valuable and it's always important to know that they love you, but why would you be in the relationship if you didn't love them, right?
why would you show them
that's the
that you
first
love them if you don't?
That's the first thing that should mean something to you.
Right.
If you love them. And then
And I feel like
everything
that-
else comes after
I
that.
feel like all that is like secondary.
But give me an example.
But to be
Talk-
devil's advocate, right? For someone that, let's say has been in a relationship and is like, oh,
Fuck
like,
Satanas.
I feel like you
have the
don't,
conversation and without doing all the extra shit.
like saying, I feel like you don't love me or stuff like that in a relationship, and it's like, damn, I have all this love for you, but
I feel like a lot of the time that's used as like
Oh,
a way
shit!
to, like a way to get your
Talk about it, man.
A way to get your way, if that makes sense. Like,
Oh,
Talk about it.
you think when people love
I'm
you
saying
in the
they
relationship,
shouldn't-
it's just a form of control?
Yeah,
What are
when
you
they
saying?
say that. What did you just say?
oh, like I feel like you don't love me.
Yeah, when they say that, it's like, oh, I feel like you don't love me. It's like,
But that's
no,
that's
baby,
a
but I
genuine.
do. You
But
know,
that could be a genuine argument of like, hey, like I really don't feel like.
Well, that's depending on the relationship, I guess, and it's
So what's more important? Yeah, I mean, so it's like
okay.
I guess.
Well, now I guess what's more important is them knowing that you love. Well, like it's because if at the end of it all, dude, it just matters that there's love there. You know.
Okay, bring it home, baby.
I don't know, dude. That's
At the end of the
is
day-
there even a right
Look,
answer
guys.
to that? Like,
At the end of the day, is there even a right?
I guess
answer?
the answer that you give will describe the kind of person.
What
that
kind
you
of
are,
conversation
right?
did you want to have?
So I'm thinking.
I'm thinking.
What matters most is them knowing that you love them. Because then if you love them but they don't know that you love them, then that shit's for nothing. Like,
Hey,
just
that's
for
kind of what I was
yourself,
saying.
you know? But what is really important is for them to know how much you love them. Because then that is enjoyed and that is noticed and that is like
Okay.
fulfilled, in a sense, I guess.
I get it. Like when it comes to love, dude, it's all about. It's not a selfish thing, right?
But it's important that you
But
do
it
love
is. It's important that you
So,
love them. That's the first
no,
thing.
well,
Everything else
that's
comes.
implying is your question implying like if it's more important for them to know that you love them.
Hold on.
Like where is fuck, dude?
Okay, let this man take. No, hold on. Can we go down the direction you wanted to go down?
Yeah, exactly.
With this fucking question.
No, I mean, I didn't really have a
Because
direction on
I'm
it.
also saying like if they know that you love them, but then that's just a farce, like that you don't love them, then it's like what the fuck?
Fuck's force me.
Like it's not.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not. It's like
Oh, good God.
You're a farce,
I
dude.
thought you were trying to say false, but then you got into farce.
Nah, E-Man's in his dictionary bag
because
today.
I'm fucking Mexican for what?
Hey, no, I didn't really have anything in mind with it. I just kind of like thought that it's one of those things in relationships that makes you think is like, what's more important? The fact that I have these feelings and I know how like I want to treat this person, or that they know I have these feelings and that I want to treat them like that.
If you have that love and you're showing them that love, then that's all important. Like that's what matters.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
But if you're gonna just show them that you love them, but you really don't, that's what I'm getting at. If that's
Right.
dude,
But
that's,
have you guys ever been? I'll switch. Have you guys ever been in a situation though where you felt like you had that type of love for somebody, but they didn't understand it or reciprocate it?
like they didn't love you, like
no,
like
just
you
that
don't
they
love
didn't interpret you.
No. This is what I think most people do. No, hold on. This is what I think
shutting
most.
it down.
Hold on.
He's not here for it.
Listen. Stop.
I'm on hold.
This is what I think most people do in relationships. I think they, instead of actually evaluating their feelings of love, like they just make themselves believe that they're in love in order to control or justify their relationship.
Ooh.
A lot of times people are in relationships where, like from the outside looking in, you're looking at like, how the fuck do these people love each other, right? And the girl or the guy is out doing fucking God knows what, right? don't respect the person at all, but there's one person that just really wants to be with them, right? And that can't be love, but they convince themselves it's love because they just, this chick's fine. Dang, I don't want to lose her. I've never got a chick so fine. So listen, so they say I'm in love with this chick, and they tell the girl, I love you, right? But it's not real love. It's just you're saying this shit because you need to convince yourself.
Oh, damn.
I'm telling you, man.
That's a bad place to be, I feel like.
Damn.
That is a bad place to be. I mean, that's, wow.
Have you seen that in your own personal life, or you've seen that happen?
Not in my personal life, but I do know a friend, and he had a girl, and this girl was toxic, man. She was toxic, bro. Like, she would fucking, every time she got drunk, she would fucking try to fucking throw the E-WOP on him, dude. Just bop, bop, like,
damn.
you know? And like, dude, him being a respectful man, he can't hit back. Right?
You're just dodging.
But she
Kudos
was
to you, sir.
she was a good looking girl. She was a pretty girl. Right?
Oh, so you put up with her.
So he was just like putting up with it and saying, you know, I love you and I don't want to lose you because she's fine. But
That's the friend.
But at the same time, it's like, do you really love her or what is it? You know,
It's the
you
looks,
make
bro.
yourself feel like you love somebody because of ulterior motives or whatever is surrounding the relationship, but it's not real fucking love. And I haven't seen it in my personal life, but I've definitely seen it with some of my people that I know.
For people like that, do you think it's mostly like they know they have a fine girlfriend or whatever, and it's like for them, like that's why they stay? Or do you think it's because they want people to see that they're with a fine girl and it makes them feel better about that?
I think it could be any of it. I think it could be any of it. I mean, I think every guy wants to know that people think their girlfriend is attractive, right? And that might not be the sole reason,
Except
but
for the jealous ones, I feel like, I don't know.
What? It doesn't matter. Even if you're a jealous type, that you
would
conflict-
much rather.
You don't want no ugly girl because
Not
you
like
don't want no ugly.
Sorry, uglies. No one's ugly.
Sorry, uglies.
It's fucked up.
Sorry, uglies.
No one's ugly. No one.
Oh man, episode 62, man. We're getting carried out.
I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter if you're jealous. You don't want no ugly chick because you're jealous.
Okay.
Dude,
You can't be jealous and have an ugly chick, dude.
Like,
It's all bad.
I'm tripling
dude.
down, dude.
Damn, sorry, uglies.
Remember, no one's
Episode
ugly.
62, man.
You're getting
Episode
into it,
62.
yo.
All right,
You're getting
man.
into it.
Well, fuck, what y'all think? What do y'all think? Are we off this now? Are we off
I
this
don't know,
topic?
dude. You say everything you need to say about it.
Oh man, the uglies got me.
You got another question? That was like 5 questions.
La uglies.
Now, I do think it's kind of like strange that people stick around in like toxic relationships like that. But ultimately, I think it's probably on them to be like, hey, like, you know, it's important to me that I have like a fine chick, so I'm gonna put up with this like shit that I don't really like. But I was more so talking about like being in a situation where you feel a certain way about someone, and you could be with that person, but they don't see how you feel about them. So a lot of times I feel like with couples, like there's a lot of miscommunication that can happen, right? And then I've seen in my experience people actually break up, and it's like, well, dude, I really like love that person, but they just didn't see that. They didn't like see, or they weren't able to interpret like what I was doing. Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
But it's also because people.
Dude,
It's also because
bro.
it's also
definitely. That was
You almost had it, dude.
Freaking
You almost had it.
hijacker.
It's
over
also
here.
it's also
Hijacking a high
because
five.
it's also because people
Why is
get
it?
so fucking like they get in their own fucking ways, right? They get blinded by all the baggage and all the bullshit that comes in relationships that they can't see how much this person genuinely actually fucking loves you, right? Like you might be fighting all the time, and person might be jealous or whatever, and you put all that in the way of, you know, their actual love for you. But I mean, I don't know, dude. If you actually love somebody, I think it should be easy to see, man. So
Damn, E-Man.
Yeah, no.
you should be able to fucking feel it. Like if
you would know, you will know.
if the person fucking loves you and you love
It's
that
also-
person,
that's what I meant by
you should not be able to not see it or feel it if they actually genuinely love you.
Yeah, I feel like that comes out, like I said, all like secondary. I feel like it's like if you're in love, it's like you don't need. There's no effort that goes into that. You know, it's just
That's
like
true. That's
boom.
true
It's
shit.
just acting.
That's
dude.
true shit,
It's
man.
not acting, but I'm saying it's just like living, like doing the thing that it is, and
Yeah,
you don't even question it. It's not like, do I love them? Do I not? It's like, no, you know. It's just like, I fucking love them.
Even
Damn.
even the uglies.
Even the uglies. It's the motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. We love all our viewers and subscribers equally.
Even the
E-Man,
uglies.
I'm really excited because I told you before this
Nobody's
podcast
ugly.
that this podcast would be all about you,
No,
and I
man.
want to hear that topic, man.
All
I've been
about
waiting.
you.
I've been waiting for 2-3 weeks, man. I
All
need
right,
to hear
man.
it.
Listen here.
Actually, real quick before you get into that, dude, how's the married life?
Oh, it's wonderful. I love them. I mean, it's the same. You're just trying to trick me. You're just trying to trick me. It's the same, bro. It's
What the fuck happened, man?
It's the same, bro.
It's the same?
I just don't. Yeah,
It's not getting better
even,
with
no,
time?
It's even better, dude. It's even better. Honestly,
Oh,
it is.
okay,
It's
alright.
better.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Like,
So you
I
stop-
feel like there's more like unity. Like, I mean, we already had unity, but it's just
Unity
like more,
is strength. Unity
It's
is
like
strength.
more intense now. It's just like, oh shit, like yeah, united. You know,
Okay.
not airlines. You know, but
Okay. Maybe the topic.
all right, the topic.
All right.
All right.
All right, he don't have a topic.
He doesn't have a
got time?
topic.
Keep on rolling, baby.
Come on. We don't have time for
Know
that
what
shit.
type it is. No, okay, so check it out. Honesty. Why do you think it's so hard for someone to be honest? It's not. I'm not trying to get deeper in. Just why is it so hard?
You know what I mean? You're not trying to get deeper when we're going into a topic.
No, why? It's just simple. Keep it simple. Stupid.
Fear.
All right, go ahead. No, come on, man. Let him go.
No, he's keeping it simple.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was gonna say.
Fear.
Fear of what though?
Just fear. Okay. Well, can I give a symbol? Or can I get into it?
No,
What-
yeah,
what you
no.
want me
But,
to-
I mean, just
what
fear,
you want from me?
but fear of what?
It's different for everybody, but I mean, if you're not honest, it's out of fear for whatever
I
you're
was gonna say
afraid
the same
of.
thing. I was gonna say fear of change.
I think. Ooh, go ahead. Talk about it.
Well, no, that's what I was. That's what.
Well, no,
That's okay.
When I say it's simple, I thought you guys were gonna be like 2 words, 3 words, not just fear.
No,
Okay, so
Loyalty.
So now it's
Strength.
No, I feel like
small,
fear
too
of
big.
change.
Captain Planet.
I forget what they say.
I don't know. Yeah.
who knows what. Sean, man, what do you think, dude?
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say
Water,
spice.
All right, all right.
Nice, but those are Powerpuff Girls.
I think a lot of people are scared of being honest because I think sometimes they want to protect the other person, right? And I think that's what they tell themselves.
Wait,
right?
are you talking about relationships? You're talking about just in general,
In general, bro, why is it
Yeah.
so hard to be honest?
Oh, you
Not
threw
just
me off
about
now.
no, but you know, that's a good spot.
I was talking about relationships. I
That's
thought y'all were
fine.
talking about
That's fine.
relationships.
How would it correlate to like not
It's
relationships?
just fear, right? I mean, ultimately, it's
Okay, well, I was gonna say
underneath
that
it.
fear of change. Like as soon as you're honest, there's change that's gonna happen because
Ooh.
you're being honest, and then boom, shit's gonna be different.
Oh, that's the guy.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to
My
get.
man, E-Man.
But that's
He on
only if you're
block.
not being honest, right? That you have that fear of change. Because if
I
you've
feel
been
like
honest,
I feel like if you don't say something, it doesn't make you dishonest. You're just not saying
Look,
it.
okay,
You're not
let's-
being
let-
honest,
okay,
but you're
hold
not
on.
being dishonest. In a sense, I feel like
Let's give an example. A lot of people lie to keep up with everyone else, right?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people lie just to fucking fit in or not be the one that fucking stands out for being fucking different, right? That's one example. So in your example, if somebody lies, then fucking shit changes, right? Then people look at you differently. People look at you like the odd one out because you're fucking not being honest. I mean, that's the only example I could think about. I was only thinking about relationships when I thought about this, but y'all talking about in real life. So
in general.
I don't know, man. I think people, fear change.
Damn.
do you think then, personally, that being honest with people changes a lot of situations?
If you weren't honest before, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you keep it honest,
Bro, I think
best policy, man.
I think if you are consistently,
Best policy. Okay.
Honesty.
Okay, the Muffin Man over here. Get out of here, Muffin Man.
What do they got? Blueberry, blackberry.
Okay. Come
red
on. Come on.
I think if you're consistently honest, then it's all good. You be known as the dude that's fucking always honest. Nobody gives a fuck.
Hey, that guy. Look at that honest guy. He's never lied in
Hey,
his
look at
life.
honest Steve over there. Look at honest
I feel like
Steve.
people like that live the best lives, though.
Honest people live the best lives?
I mean,
What thing? You just have nothing. If you're always fucking honest, you just have nothing that you have deep down as secrets and shit. And dude, life is good without secrets, dude.
Hey.
Everybody hates secrets.
yeah.
Damn,
Secrets
life
suck,
is good
man.
without secrets. It's motherfucking Lab Boys podcast, episode 62.
Have you ever been in a place in your life where there was not one secret that you had hidden from the world?
Yeah, there's always secrets.
There's always some secrets.
Fuck, see?
Always secrets.
That's crazy.
And maybe that's why life's so hard sometimes. Because of the fucking secrecy.
Ooh.
It is. It's true.
So you think if we're all more honest, it might be painful at first, but we would all benefit from it?
It also depends.
This is the Lab Boy Strategy to Life episode.
Here at the Lab Boys Podcast, we're just trying to take you guys to the next motherfucking level as we go to the next level.
Y'all already know.
Krishan, I'm going to jump to you for this next motherfucking topic. We only have a couple more minutes left. I do want to hear from Krishan on that one.
Alright, yo. I got some shit to talk about.
I mean, we are talking.
We are on the podcast.
Check it out. We have been. I was just thinking about this the other day. We have been living with social media and living without social media. We're part of that generation that grew up without social media, didn't have any, and then had to acclimate ourselves to social media.
We acclimated.
Those instant messages.
Dude, AIM, dude, AOL.
That was the original way,
dude.
yeah.
That was the way to Mac.
ASL.
What's ASL?
Age, sex, location.
Oh, dag, dude. I like this.
Stop saying dag, dude.
No, anyway. So being a part of this generation, I think it's a very crucial generation as far as social media. I want to know what y'all think about how it has negatively impacted our society.
It has divided it.
Hold on, shut up, man.
Oh, my bad.
How it has negatively impacted our society and how it has positively impacted our society.
I go first.
So let's talk about negative first.
Okay.
Go ahead,
It divides it, bro. I feel like it divided.
How so?
Because the people that aren't on social media are divided from the people that are, in a sense. It could be that.
What? Come on, man. Most people are on social media, though.
Not everyone.
Just imagine the people that aren't on social media, and
So you're saying they're just not connected with the rest of the world?
With the world, yeah. And it's just like they're living on another time. Like it's completely different. I feel like anytime you get more heads to something, you're gonna have more prolific.
When you have the majority of the community,
exactly,
and
it divides it like that, and it's like some people don't know, they just get word of mouth or newspapers or whatever, and it's like sometimes.
Do they even sell newspapers anymore?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Sure. I got these Mercury News and fucking
shit.
Yeah, they fucking. Oh, you want the newspaper? $10.99, get your free sweater. I'm like, fuck yeah.
$10.99 and a free sweater.
Negative impacts of social media.
I never negatives.
Oh my bad. We were talking. That was
no. Let's go first round. Positives.
Positives or negatives?
Positives first.
No, I just started with the negatives. Come on.
I just said the positives. Oh yeah, then my bad.
said negative.
I'm sorry.
What
I'm sorry. I lost it for a second. Yeah, negatives. Negatives and
that's why we don't have him on the podcast.
Oh!
No.
I almost left.
My contract kept me here, dude. So something negative about social media. I mean, I do see a lot of positive benefits. One of, like, if I want to put like a specific example.
Negatives, man.
Just taking his own path.
I think that I'll do a negative. I do think that it has increased our vanity as like a society. I think that.
Is that right? The vanity.
I had to close my phone. He was looking at my topics, dude. Our viewers don't know. This guy steals my topics, dude. You guys just watch it out live. He was stealing my topics.
I saw that.
Hold on, he was talking, and then he looked at me. He was like,
thieving those topics.
Oh man, it's a motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. I do think that social media has increased a lot of our vanity, and I think that it like has lowered some of our values that we used to have. We used to value things like time spent with people, and now it seems like social media perpetuates us to create like an alternate personality and persona. So I think that's something negative.
Yeah, fake.
I think we are more concerned. I mean, talking about a negative
Thank you.
social media. I think we're just more, and especially the younger people, we are more concerned with the perception of ourselves that we create online, right? And it's like what you said, it's just a totally different person than who we really are. And because of the way it's going, everyone wants to make it look like, oh, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. I got this, I got this, I got this. You'll see me here, you'll see me there. I'm traveling, I'm all this shit, right? and it's not really what you fucking feel. And because everyone is feeling this, and like it's funny because we all know this shit is fake, right? We all know when we look on social media, we see all these fucking people. We know that they're not living that fucking.
They're definitely not living. Krishan, why don't you press that button before you get off? Hey, and you were killing it, Krishan. Get to it.
Yeah, so everybody knows when we're looking at fucking Instagram, we're seeing all this shit with all these fucking likes that it's all fucking fake. But we still do the same shit. We still fucking put the fucking, we still make it look like, you know, we're living our fucking quote unquote best life. And I think people, it's not even about the shit you do anymore. It's not even about traveling. It's not even about your fucking relationship. It's about how many people see
your image,
your fucking picture. If you don't have a picture to represent the fucking moment, it never fucking happened. And I think people will think about that shit more than they think about what they're really capturing.
Two things. Do you think people's lives, like, they live their lives different now because of that? Like, they're so concerned about, yo, I gotta do this, and they're doing these things, but just to post it online. Not necessarily because they're gonna enjoy doing these things. You know, like say someone that just wants to walk, you know, going on a walk, but they're like, oh, I gotta do that because I gotta post it, you know.
I mean,
that's where you're getting at with that,
dude. I've literally seen people upset, right? Like mad, like they're not happy in the moment, but will front for a picture or a video just because they're going to show it on Instagram.
But can't that also be like a good thing?
No, how?
Like in the sense of, okay, you're having a bad day.
Because you fake it till you make it?
No. Well, you're having a bad day, you know, you take that picture, you do that.
Have a bad day.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
You take that picture, you make that video or whatever.
Turn it around.
You keep living your life, and then you look back on that. And instead of looking back on that day and remembering that tough time you were feeling, you look back on that picture and you're like, life's still good. Damn. You know, like, fuck it. Like, yeah, I had a bad day, but I made the most out of it.
You're wrong, counselor. I
feel like that could help people. Like,
how?
I see what you're saying.
In the sense of that memory not being the one highlighted, the one of them having the bad day. In the sense that maybe the memory being highlighted is going to be like, you know, I was having a bad day, but I fucking took that picture. You know, it got so many likes, or it got so many views, or whatever the fuck makes them feel good. Whatever the fuck makes them tick.
But dude, you're always going to look back. Hold on.
Does that make sense?
Hold on. It makes sense. But I think it's petty. I think it's petty. But dude, you're always gonna look at that shit and be like, that was a bad day, man. Like, it doesn't matter if you put on a fucking smile or act like you were good. But you're gonna look at that fucking video or picture and be like, dude, it's not.
But just think about real life then, right? You're having a bad day.
Alright. You have a bad day.
I was waiting for it. So, and then instead of projecting that to the people, like, I'm fucking having a horrible day.
Oh, man.
You put on a fucking farce.
Okay, don't hit him with the farce.
Or you put on this act, or not act, but you put on the smile on your face, you know?
I don't think.
And you go through the day with a fucking smile on your face. I feel like that makes you stronger.
In a perfect.
And because in the sense that you don't flood your bad day onto somebody else.
Come on, man. Nobody fucking thinks about any of this shit.
How many times? People don't notice this shit, but I feel like, dude, when someone smiles at you, bro, you're gonna smile back. A lot of the time, at least for me, it's like
there's just some people that don't smile back.
It's just automatic. I feel like those. Sorry, well, no, I won't say it, but
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But a lot of the times when someone
that's.
A lot of the times when someone does smile at you, dude, you smile. At least for me, it triggers me to just smile back. Like, fuck it, like, you know. And it's just like they could be having a terrible day. But in that interaction that you're gonna have with them, you just started it good, and maybe a lot. And also, I'm trying to get at, it's like, my bad, I'm like rambling.
Double down, baby. Get it to
when you
wrap it up.
You know, when you wake up in the morning, right, and you keep telling yourself, "Oh, this is a horrible day. This is gonna be a badass." It's gonna turn out to be a horrible fucking day because you're only gonna be paying attention to the bad.
Sometimes.
Okay, but this is different than what I'm saying. I feel
like it's still mind over matter.
I'm just saying.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Hit it with the cliche.
I'm not saying be miserable.
Cliche always wins. You got nothing. You got nothing.
I mean, I feel you.
You got nothing on the kid, dude.
Hey, no, I got one more thing to talk about.
Well, what's the positive? Like, we talk about the positive.
Hey, y'all ever feel like? No, hold on. Before
topic switch.
Before we get into the positive, you ever feel like the value of photos are going down? Like,
No.
Hold on. Let me explain first. Back in the day, right? They took pics, like your families or whatever, your parents took pictures very rarely, like on special occasions or if y'all went out or anything, right? And you had one picture to represent each fucking moment or each fucking special thing. You didn't have many pictures. Hold on, shut up.
I want to forget.
You had one fucking picture to represent the fucking moment. And now with our fucking culture, we have
Evolved.
You take fucking 100 photos. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, my bad.
You take 100. You take 100 photos.
Sorry, I gotta get up.
In every single fucking moment. Like, you take so many fucking photos, so now it's not even fucking special anymore. Each photo loses its value, I think,
Not necessarily.
because you're taking it's saturated. You're saturating.
It evolved. We evolved. That I feel like that's why now a lot of people schedule photo shoots appointments or whatever, the family portraits. You know, like people did that back in the day, but I feel like now people might do that more often because yeah, they have a camera on the phone, they're taking pictures of everything, but they still, depending on the person too, you know, or the family, if they want that memory or that interaction to take like a family portrait or something like that, you're gonna go do it, you know? Or like I know people that have special like cameras for that, you know? It's
I know,
like,
dude. I know that. I know all that. But that's
so I just feel like we've evolved. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Like it's the rarity of photos, you know? That's what, like now it's more common. Now it's like more photos, more.
I feel like.
But
it's
there's
just
still those people that'll buy. I feel like. Yeah, like
I think it lowers the value of digital photos, yes, but not physical photos.
exactly. If anything, it kind of raises the
Come on,
value.
man.
of physical.
Photos are photos, dog.
No, think about it though. How many photos do you have on your phone, and how many photos do you have printed on your fridge? Think about that.
And which
the
ones-
value of the printed photos, those are always going to be there. The value of just the digital photos, yeah, maybe you're not going to value it the same. But the photos that you keep, those ones, yeah,
Tell me
that's
this,
always
tell
going to
me
be the
this.
same.
Because people
You
nowadays will
tell-
take photos and then print them out. And so it's basically
Okay.
It's just made it, I'm just saying, it's made it easier. We've evolved because people that normally do that are gonna keep doing that. Someone that likes photography, that likes. all that- I'm just saying they're gonna keep going with it. So it's like
This is
people that
farce.
don't.
This is far.
It's the people that used to not buy the camera. Those instant
we
cameras. People
look
that
at
used
we
to
look
not-
at fucking physical pictures a lot differently than we look at the fucking digital pictures.
Because they mean
Good
more.
point. Good point.
Yeah, man. That's
So let's talk about the positive. Let's talk about the. I told you.
the positives of
Hey, for
social
real.
media.
For real. Let's talk about the positive of social media.
Let's get there.
We're a lot more connected to the world.
Oh, man.
Information. Yo, at the tips, bro. At the tips, bro. We are. These motherfuckers,
Oh my god.
they just hate because they wanted to say that. Yeah, I'm a little tipsy.
Oh my god.
Oh man, it's the motherfucking Love+Backinblack podcast. I just had to tie my shoe quick. Kashawn, why don't you start us off with some?
Man, you're taking too many steps. That's why.
Start us off with something positive about social media.
Dude,
I just did.
Yeah, man, but you've been rambling this whole time. Nah, you good. You good.
You good, man.
Fucking out of here.
E-Man, take it away then.
I'm actually gonna leave.
No, hey, positive social.
Like I
We're
said,
connected.
We're more connected. Information is just like, brah. And it's like you now have the ability to like ask someone how the fucking weather is in the other side of the world and get an answer just like that.
You could just look in the app. Not to ask no.
As opposed
but
to
I'm
asking
saying,
Google.
sometimes-
You see a stranger like, hey, how's the weather in Sweden?
No, but that's
First of all,
if
we're
you
in person.
All right, say you hear something going on in Florida. Right? Let's say, come on, like the news, right? The news. They're like, there's a huge storm hitting Florida. Like, they make it seem this like hype ass fuck, and then you call someone, or you like message someone. You message someone in Florida, and you're like, "Yo, is this shit really going down?" They're like, "Nope, you guys know it's not that bad, bro."
Yo, the news is farce.
Yeah, they're farce, bro. That's the word of the day.
Is this really going down? No.
Nope. Motherfuckers
already heard
lying.
about it.
They've been lying.
Yo, you the seventh call today. Nope. It's not happening.
No.
Motherfucking Lars just hit me up with the same question.
Oh
What's
my
going on?
God.
What are they telling y'all?
Okay, all right. Go ahead. Get on with your shit. Get on with your shit.
I'm trying, but these motherfuckers out here.
Connectivity, right?
Connectivity,
The ability
we're
to
more
like,
connected.
the ability to like validate, like like what's
Yeah.
being told.
Yeah, facts, and like just that facts. They're more.
Okay, bro, you have to say
widespread.
facts 3 times.
Because they're more widespread now.
You know, facts. facts, like
Facts. You know, facts.
you know, facts.
Facts.
Actually, Sean,
Alright, no.
why don't you give us some positive
Give us some fucking positive.
social
Oh,
media,
we
dude?
are reckless.
We are reckless. Hey, it's the first time in a
Shut
long
up, shut
time.
up, shut up.
Every time, dude. Every time. And then when I don't talk,
no,
why
hold
aren't
on.
you talking?
I think the positives of fucking social media is because we have everything at our fingertips, man. Look, man, can we ever have a fucking conversation where we just sit and talk?
You're right. It's hard to tell, but
What's the weather like on the other side of the world? Nope. Nope. Not happening.
No hurricane here.
no, you actually have to wait till they wake up. It's all thing, dude.
Come on, man.
No, man, I just think everything is at our fingertips. We have access to information in every situation, whether it's fucking research, whether it's fucking, or I'm just talking about online and shit, but as a group, we connect with people, we have everything we need. If you need to fucking, I'm talking about online now, I'm not going on
Social media. It is. Online is social media.
But-
Come on, it's the same thing.
It's just crazy because I was like thinking back, like when we were in school and shit, and we used to have to go to library and shit. Dude, remember we had to go check out a fucking book to fucking learn about some shit? Like that's like, think about how foreign it is for a kid in school, in elementary school, to think about fucking going to a library and accessing information.
It's still like that.
It's dope that they still have.
No, but it's not like, what do you mean it's like that?
In elementary school, they still have.
Yeah,
They
libraries.
have it, but they don't need it anymore.
It's not. You still rent and check out books.
It's still like the engagement of like a kid going and reading a book for. I don't know. It's like.
I don't know, man. As a kid, I was hella curious, dude. I always wanted to.
My
like,
kid goes to the library all the time, bro.
I always fucking.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to have information a click away. So I think that's the dopest part. And it's like what you said, except fucking
Don't
the weather.
fucking
No,
point
but
at
not
me,
no hold on, but not the weather shit. That's weird. But you hear about some shit on the news, dude. You know how many times some shit's seen on the news, and I fucking just go on Facebook or go fucking on Safari and just type it in, like
You
what
get
happened,
more info
and then you
about
just
it.
get all the info, and it's just quick. Everything is fucking quick.
And then I think you're able to see also two sides of the story, or many sides of the story, as opposed to just hearing about it from like the news source or whatever. Now, if you try to engage that into like social media, you're gonna get more perspectives and more, and then you're gonna build your own accordingly.
Right.
You know?
I have something that I want to talk about before, but
How many things you want to talk about tonight,
no,
dude?
no, no.
What the
Shut
fuck?
up. Shut up.
Yeah, I'll just point some out really quick that I do think is like a really cool positive.
Go ahead, dude.
That a lot of people may not recognize. But I do think social media, as far as being positive, has created people to create online networks. And like online support systems that has allowed them to travel more and go to different places of the world. So I was reading a story.
that's crazy.
I was reading a story about someone that moved to Mexico in like 1990, and then they moved back in like 2002, and then now they live there. And they said the difference in why they were able to be there is because of online. They could still stay connected with their friends. Right, they can still share parts of the journey. So I think
it's less of a burden to move.
Exactly. So I think that's one really positive area that people might forget is that we have an online network of people that will still support us, even though we're not face to face with them.
Hey, that's
That is
perfect,
crazy.
dude. Like one of my friends moved away to Tahoe, and I still I FaceTimed him all the time, and it felt like he never moved away. And then he came back, and it wasn't like, oh, you know, like, oh. See, I feel like that's
we
also
kept
could
in
be a
touch.
negative, yeah, but.
Well,
Yeah.
why was it?
Well, I'm just saying because like that feeling of like you haven't seen someone in so long and then you see them again. It's like like that greeting of that first greeting. It's like all like intense shit, you know. And now since it's like we've been speaking for so long, it's just like not really much change. It's just like now you're in the flesh. you
No,
know?
that's not a name. But hey, yo, remember because E-Man used to play fucking Xbox.
Oh shit!
Hold on.
I know where we're
Alright,
going
so-
with this.
Hey, so E-Man used to talk to this dude on Xbox Live,
Servilius.
a lot, bro. And then, dude, he used to E-Man would
my
tell.
homie,
hold
dog.
on, he would tell us all these fucking stories of this dude
Intellectual.
and his family and shit that they talked about. All this shit, right? Think about it. It's like we're playing video games, dude, but you got to know somebody on the other side of the world who doesn't fucking.
Yo, could I say something? Real
Go ahead,
Hey,
dude.
comment down below if you'd like for me to call him while we're in the podcast, and then what we could ask him.
Dude,
no,
like,
this guy, bro, he's got a brain, bro. Like you ask him a question, anything, and he'll just go into it, bro, and give you facts. Dude, it's crazy. So just comment down below if you'd like to see that.
Comment down below if you want us to call E-Man's friend from Xbox Live.
No, dude, he's dumb as fuck.
Yo, how's the weather? Nope. All right.
Nope.
Hey, before we wrap this up, hold up. Do you think that now, because of online and social media culture, that we don't get the truth much anymore online? Like, I feel like it's all about. It's not about the information anymore, right? And I've seen this on fucking social media, and I've seen debates about it, but I think it's more about who's first to bring a story, because it's more about clicks, and it's more about how many people view your story, and it's not even about the truth anymore. It's not even about having to sound. It's just like, dude, if I can be the first to bring this story, I can twist it, do whatever the fuck I want with it, but as long as I get the most amount of clicks, I won.
Nah, but then that's also why it's a good thing though, because like I was saying, you get different perspectives, and then you can actually get the real facts. Because there's been times where it's like you hear a story that just happened, and then somebody else is covering the same story, but then has more details, more facts, and even maybe sometimes they don't have that big community that the first person that was able to get it out, but you get different like vantage points of the event. Like the whole thing with the what was it, the Native American and the boys, you know, that when that whole thing happened, that we were like, you know, it went from one side to another. Like it was somebody's fault, and then it's like more information came in, and it was like, oh, this is actually what went down. You know, like shit like that. It's like, that's why it's good.
Yeah, I think it's also really, really dangerous right now, because you have a lot of people that will take news that they see online as like fact and not necessarily fact check it. And I do think also that we have a lot of like online bots, and people don't really recognize. I think I talked about it on a podcast before this, but there are more bots online than there are humans online.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy to think about.
By like just the population of people online, and it's like there's only so many on the planet, and then
which is crazy to me when it's like, okay, if you look at social media apps like Instagram or Twitter, and you look at people that have like 6.9 million followers, but only like 1,500 likes, and it's like, okay, wait a minute, like who are these, like, you know, 70% of those followers, are they even real? Are those bots? Like, I think that we have some issues with like the internet and shit that we don't even like see coming yet.
It's just funny because we don't even give a fuck, man. It's like we give a fuck, like for real, like deep down, but like, dude, it's just like it's just we're all surface level, dude. I put up a quote. Denzel Washington said it, but
I knew you were gonna think this.
It was, I think it was Edgar Allan Poe who originally said it, and he said, and it's crazy how relevant someone who said something way back when, you know, it still relates to today in our media today.
Some shit never changes.
The quote is, "If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed, but if you do read it, you're misinformed."
Exactly.
It's just crazy because, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
unless you have different vantage points of information, and then you create your own, and then you create your own conclusion.
Now, this is actually really smart. I was at LIB a couple of years ago, and one of the talks they had was like ethics.
Library?
No, lightning in a bottle. Okay. One of the talks they had was.
I love that name, just lightning in a bottle. That just sounds so dope.
I'm a lightning in a bottle.
No! Don't kill it, bro. Don't kill it.
One of the talks they had was about the ethics of artificial intelligence, and one of the things they said was, right now you have algorithms online that essentially are tracking you, and they're going to try to present you with things that you like. So they'll try to learn what your preference is, and then pitch you articles to watch that. Like, and then if you click the articles, right, like people are going to advertise to you, and so on.
No, I feel like that's been the case. That's what, even with like,
but what he was
music,
saying,
like Apple Music, and like
what he was saying is that in order for you to see everything, you have to set that preference. So you can't just go to the New York Times when there's a story. You do have to go to the far right side and see what they're saying about the story.
So do you think, big picture here, do you think that we are potentially set to go one way depending on how we have set those algorithms? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think it's really easy to fall into like an echo chamber where the only thing you're getting back is the things you like.
That's what I'm saying. And then you're feeding that, and then that's feeding information back to you based on that shit. You know, like, whereas before, you know what I mean? You can hear some bullshit, look it up, I ain't fucking with it, go to something else. You know, like, it's just now we're fed information based on what we do with our fucking phones. Right? And it doesn't even need to be information that we like or whatever, but it's just, dude,
there shit that relates to what you've already
There
been
are
liking.
algorithms that are created because of what we've done with our phones, conversations we had, things that we, I mean, it's just, it's fucking insane how intricate these details are. And the things that we're, like, dude, there was one time I was like on Facebook, and I thought some shit was like top news. I was like, dude, this is all over my feed. And I asked Alwood, I was like, dude, did you see this shit? This is like all over. And he's like, nah, I didn't see it. But then I realized, I was like, I'm only seeing a bunch of this shit is because that's what I was already into. And all had no idea about it.
I feel like
that's fucking insane to me.
So have you guys ever done this before where you'll go and like you'll think about someone and be like, damn, whatever happened to so-and-so? And you'll look them up and then you realize you still follow them and you're still friends with them and you're like,
and they've been there.
And you're like, what
they've been there this whole time.
And you're like, wait a minute, how come I don't see any of your shit?
Because Instagram don't want you to fuck with them. No.
It's weird, man. You have to.
It is crazy.
You have to go in and like show the app that you're like interested in being friends with.
So I feel like the best stage is right when you open up like an account to an app. I feel like that's the best
because you start fresh.
Yeah, because you just get like it doesn't know anything. Like it's not, you know. So I feel like also that might be why people keep opening new accounts.
I think it's crazy that like, dude, when somebody doesn't exist on Facebook or Instagram, at least on your feed, you don't even. They're gone.
Yo,
I do. They don't exist anymore.
But I feel like that's my bad.
I do think that we need like in order for this to work out. I think that with the algorithms working, I think if they gave us a chance to work with them as well. So maybe same thing.
Like set your own algorithm.
No, same thing. Give us the algorithms, but also give us multiple choice questions when we set our stuff up. Like, hey, out of these 5 things, what interests you? Right? And then use that data along with the things that we actually like.
I think that's what they do though. I think when you go on YouTube, they ask you about surveys and shit, right? I think there's there's different agendas. I don't think it's just about, oh, do you know the brand Hot Cheetos? Like, I think they're asking you, I think there's ulterior motives behind the reasons why they ask you these questions.
Hey, E-Man, I know you had some last thoughts on this one.
Well, not on this, but I was gonna ask something else.
Do it, man. We only have 9 minutes left.
What are you guys' thoughts on boredom? Like, since we're kind of talking about like social media, I feel like nowadays people are less bored. I was reading, or not reading. I was watching. No, I was reading. My bad. I was reading this article, and it was talking how boredom is actually a good thing. It could be a good thing because that's when your mind starts like thinking of shit to do to keep it entertained, but then a lot of the times that's when like new and like the best ideas happen.
I think people are confusing boredom with searching for endorphins because we're so used to like I think we're so used to being stimulated by electronic devices and like our phones, video games, things like that.
No, I mean like nowadays like boredom, you can kill boredom with your phone, you know.
Right.
Back in the day, what would you kill boredom with? I feel like that's when all the best. I feel like a lot of the things that we invented were because of boredom. Someone was bored with like, and they were like, "Fuck, we're gonna do this." Maybe games, maybe like chess, or.
But we're still inventing.
That's different, man. People don't just be like, "I'm bored. I'm bored. Let me invent."
No, but I'm not saying that's how it works.
No, I know that.
Either I'm inventing or I'm on my phone.
Your mind is going, and then boom, like. And nowadays we're so distracted. We're so, like. There's so many things that we could do that we don't really. I mean, we
don't think we invent anymore.
I feel like
we're at our craziest phase.
I feel like
the pace in which we invent has dropped.
It's actually gotten faster.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's gone. It seems like it's gone faster because people are just inventing the same fucking shit.
No, we've gone faster.
No, we have a lot of variations of crazy shit.
The growth of
I gotta go.
but literally, the growth and innovation in the past 20 years is like more than the past 100 years.
You don't think that could be because of the way we're like, what is it called when a radio fucking
broadcast?
Yes. Like now we're just broadcasting more inventions, so we think like we're just broadcasting the inventions that are going on, so we think there's more of them. But back in the day, no one broadcasted anything. So
there's actual data.
How many people were inventing shit?
There's data behind innovations.
Do you think? Okay, so I'm gonna add on to your question. With social media and phones and all this shit, do you think that we are lacking
imagination?
No, stop with the imagination. Do you think we're lacking anything internally because we are so distracted with our phones.
Creativity and imagination, I feel like that's what we're lacking.
I was like,
I don't think it's creation. Fucking activity.
Creativity.
Creativity.
No, I mean it's easier to be creative. I guess it's made it a lot easier for people to be creative.
I think there's ups and downs. I think that what I was talking about is like just processing our own fucking feelings and shit. We don't ever have to fucking deal with our. I mean, we're never forced to be alone with just us.
I was gonna say that.
We
also.
always have something to fucking take us away from us,
the moment we're in,
ourselves. And I think that is the biggest. And that's what I was talking about. We never even have to process our shit if we don't want to because we always have something there, right?
But I feel at the end it's you still have to process your shit because even like there comes a time, you know.
I don't know. Have y'all ever like been sad about some shit and like you get on your phone, but you're still sad, but you're still just looking at shit, so you're not really like really getting into the why you're fucking down or sad, but you still know you're sad, but you're just on fucking social media or on fucking online or all that.
That could be a negative though, right? Because then you have to process where you're feeling. You have to feel it out. Like you have to get over it.
Which is good.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of growing. And if you're just putting that on the back burner the whole time, it's like what they say with like you have to let stuff out or else you're gonna explode.
Dang.
You know? It's crazy because this is considered a fucking drug.
But at the same time, you could be letting shit out.
Well,
online.
look, but think about it. It's like this is the first time that something is like this is social media and online is considered like the same shit that fucking drugs do to your brain. Social media and being online does to your fucking brain.
That's like saying watching the sunrise is like a drug. That's like people
that's
are
the
just
best drug I know.
People are just categorizing that, you know, because of what it does to you. I mean, when you wake up in the morning, you see the sun. They say
no, but it's on a higher fucking level because of how important and how much we need social media in our lives. It's at a higher fucking level.
We can also get it on demand. Like a sunset, we can't just get on demand. I do think that we should hop into another topic. We only have a couple minutes left, so we probably won't get into it. But I do want to talk about maybe next time about how people use social media as a means to justify cheating on their partner.
What?
Hey, it's a motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. Tune in next week to check that shit out. We'll develop it a little bit more. Sean, I know he's inquisitive for it. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe and check out Instagram.com/AllWithGordon if you want to check out some of the show dates. Krishan, what else should these people do for the next time that we see them, man?
Hey, I see you watching, and I know, and I'm glad y'all with us. But check it out. If you want to subscribe to this channel, look right down below. Hit that red subscription button. Right next to that red subscription button is that post notification bell. Hit that post notification bell. That way you get reminded every time video.
Oh, man.
Episode 60.
It's 62, man. This guy's on a streak of just not being able to do that, man. I don't know what the deal is.
Hello.
Farce.
Money to the answer. Hear the angels in my city with my window rolled down. Motivation telling me to never slow down. I just wanna make it for them brake lights. Never slow me down. Them red lights never slow me down. Shaking like a small town. You're moving like a small town. Can't forget it like back in the day. Been searching for peace, chasing my dreams, walking these streets, lost in these keys. Ended years ago. Yo, we 2 shots in, party.